Okay, let's talk messaging. This is such an important part of your business. It comes out in every aspect. A lot of people think just messaging is when you're posting on Instagram, but it really is, guys, in every area of your business. When you're DMing with a prospective client, when you are on a discovery call, when somebody asks how much are your services, when a mama friend at a soccer game asks, like, tell me about your business, what do you do? This is all messaging, and it's really important to get it dialed in. So I wanted to challenge you and do a little exercise today of thinking who you are talking to. And you hear a lot about your ideal client. So, of course, if you're a lactation consultant, your ideal client is a mom who is breastfeeding, right? An SLP, it may be an issue with a tongue tie or articulation, or a mom who's not sleeping, a mom who's exhausted, right? But those are very general ways to look at the person that you are trying to sell to. I want you to go so much deeper and think of your one perfect client. So, what would help you if you think of who stands out and who you've serviced that didn't haggle you on prices, appreciated you, respected boundaries, they were open to recommendations, and that you loved working with them. They gave you a great review, right? So that is your ideal client. And when I ask you to kind of go through this exercise, I'd love for you to even think about that person in a lot more detail. So I've obviously done this exercise for my breastfeeding business, and I even want you to name her. So when I think of who my ideal client is, her name is Hannah. And I want you to really get in the nitty gritty of like what Hannah is like. So number one, there's another partner or spouse in the household. So they have dual income, right? They have white collar jobs, professional jobs. I often see a Peloton. Hannah has a Peloton because not only does she value health, but she's also very into what other people are getting, right? Or what other trends are doing. She listens to podcasts on her way to work because people who listen to podcasts are at a certain demographic level, typically, that would be aligned with being able to see the value in investing in my services. And she's very into keeping up with what other moms are saying is the best thing to do for your baby. She's a high achiever. She's probably a little anxious, wants to control things. And that's the way that I would describe who I'm trying to talk to. And this is a really important exercise to walk through, because when you are talking or you are posting on social media and you're trying to get somebody to stop scrolling, to catch their eye, to engage in what your content is offering, you don't want something beige. I mean, how many Tip Tuesdays do we see? How many 3 ways to boost your milk supply do we see? And I'm going to tell you guys, it's pretty boring and it's pretty dime a dozen in terms of posts. So how can you talk to the heart of your Hannah, whatever your Hannah looks like to you? And I would assume there's a lot of similarities. So what would that look like? For one, when I'm posting, I am talking to her actual struggles with a hook that will resonate with her. So instead of like 3 ways to boost your supply, maybe it's like, if I hear my sister say one more time that all I need to do is pump more, I think I'm going to smack her. Right? That's something that when Hannah is scrolling, it would resonate with her. So when you think of your content, when you think of getting on a talking head post or reel, what can you say to hook me as somebody who fits that profile? It's not, hi guys, it's not happy Tuesday, or I'm just hopping on here, or sorry I haven't been on here on a while. Those things aren't hooks. Hooks are things that I am struggling with as Hannah that's going to make me stop scrolling. So, I mean, here's a controversial one, right? Like, this might be a little outdated now, but like everybody's talking about this snow. That you're talking ahead. Like everybody's talking about this snow. Let me tell you, as an IBCLC, when I see them every day in a home, what my take is, and then you go. But here's the thing: you have to take a stance and you have to have some conviction in what you're saying to really talk to that one person. If you are trying to talk to everyone and to be safe and your content is beige, that's not really resonating. And I want to tell you guys how important this is. You know, you're in my coaching program. I signed up over 50 women with only like, I don't know what it's up to now, 1,500 followers, right? No website. And that's because my messaging was so dialed in. And before I knew how to do this from the coaching program standpoint, I would say, you have a service-based business? I can help you. I've done it. And I'll show you everything that I did to build that. And then after going through this exercise myself, now my messaging says, I help moms. Have I helped a non-mom? Yeah, but that's not who I'm talking to, right? So I help moms scale to 10K months while still having time for their kids. Very direct messaging of who I'm trying to target, right? I help new and expectant moms planning to breastfeed or who are breastfeeding have a calm and confident breastfeeding journey through ongoing support, right? You're not talking about what a consult looks like in terms of weighted feeds or what you're going to do in any type of a session. You're talking about how you're making Hannah feel. So keep that in mind. There is a messaging workshop. I'd love for you to actually There's a messaging worksheet in the client portal that kind of walks you through this. But I really urge you to do this. Name your girl. Talk about to yourself what she's like. Does she have a Peloton? Does she listen to podcasts? What kind of podcasts she does? What kind of coffee shops does she go to? What things does she discuss when you do have consultations? Because we all know it's typically goes beyond breastfeeding, right? And really hash that out, write it out, and then when you are doing your content, think about talking directly to her. And here's your last tip: when you go to post something, and it makes your chest a little tight, or it makes you a little uncomfortable, or if it makes you go, "Ooh, okay, here, go." That is a good post. That is a good post that will most likely have somebody stop scrolling and interested in what you have to offer and how you can support them. So, any questions, guys, let me know.